I would now like to focus on the HEMISPHERE SeMSy version 5.4 release that was released at the end of last year. And we have a lot of new features in this release. Don't worry, I'm not going to go through each one individually. You can breathe again. I've picked out 5 topics which I think is really always gets very positive feedback from customers when we show them those different features. The first one was a very big development, and this is the multi-site inbox support, meaning that you now have the ability to have multiple sites connect to the same network, meaning that one workstation has the ability to actually view the alarm, the event, and the interface inboxes from another site. So here we can see a small movie. It's very easy. All you do is you click on the plus, you open up the other site, and immediately you start getting the alarms from that site, and you can handle them. You can see there we can jump between the 2 sites. If you have more sites, you can open as many sites as you have. This is the event inbox. Open up the event inbox from the other site, and there you get the events. The same applies for interfaces, that you can choose from which site you would like to see interfaces, and then you can manage and review. Very, very easy and simple, as we can see. The next top feature is the live alarm monitor. In this development, you have the ability to select a monitor from any one of the monitors in front of the workstation. In this case, actually the VMC touch has been selected. So you can also use the touch screen as an alarm monitor. That will pop up a video in front of you as when an alarm comes in, single splits for the first alarm, and then it will change to a quad and multiple splits thereafter. I will activate the video here. We can see, so 2 alarms have come in. It starts flashing and shows on the screen. Now the 3rd alarm comes in. The 4th alarm comes into play. When the 5th alarm comes, the screen will change, and so it will dynamically adjust to the different alarms until the alarm is confirmed. The moment the alarms are confirmed, these windows will again revert back. They will disconnect, and they will, let's just carry on playing the video. They will disconnect, and the screen can physically again go back to a quad split. It can go back to a single split depending on how the operator is handling that. We can see here on the right hand side you have a list of alarms that are appearing. You can also have it on the left hand side if you want, and you can manage these alarms directly from the list or by clicking directly within one of these boxes to be able to manage it. Of course, it's also with sound, playing with sound if you would like to have sound on the alarm. And this alarm needs to be handled before the whole alarm monitor disappears again. The next feature is the loop play feature, which is very, also customers love this. When an alarm is handled by an operator or alarm comes in, you have the ability to create a special split. And in that split, you would have something like this maybe. Top left is live, bottom left is the alarm itself. This is an intrusion alarm that I triggered. And on the right there, the little window, we have constantly a few seconds before and a few seconds after the event playing over and over and over again. So the operator doesn't actually have to do anything. The alarm pops up. All he does is he looks at the screen and he can see that's what caused the alarm. There's the movement. I know what it is, and then I can handle it accordingly. So very, very useful and handy feature, the alarm loop play. The next feature is the web browser tab. In the past, we had links within SeMSy, but they would open up a web browser in a separate browser window. So it would be on top of SeMSy or on in another window or something like that. And the feel for the operator was that it wasn't that well integrated. This is now changed, where you now can have within your SeMSy environment just another tab, like a surveillance tab or alarm inbox, any of the apps or processes. It will open up just another tab within the window. And if I start the little player, you'll see I click on the HEMISPHERE, it opens up the HEMISPHERE web page. This is a Dalmire web page. As the AIMS module. And so you can have as many tabs or links as you like and open these up. meaning that within the SeMSy environment, you now have browser functionality, which means that you could integrate third-party devices. It's quite easy to use another company's system. Maybe it could be access control, it could be an analytics company which has got a browser interface, and that interface you configure, and the operator can use that interface directly from SeMSy without having to close SeMSy or minimize and open up another window somewhere else. It makes it it gives that very integrated feel for the operator. Of course, it is protected by user rights, who's allowed to do what and who's allowed to see which link. The last feature here, top feature, is people counting events. I already mentioned that with the 6000 series that you can now use the line crossing events as people counting. And very simple, the top view there is the configuration page of the camera, and we can see that there are two tick boxes when you activate when you're doing the rules for line crossing. One says line crossing event, meaning that every time somebody crosses a line, it sends the information to HEMISPHERE, creating an alarm. Somebody's crossed the line. But you can tick the top one, people counting, meaning that instead of creating an alarm, you are just sending the information to our HEMISPHERE people counting module. And there you can now, create statistics. You can have a room count, meaning how many people are inside the room. So you can add 2, 3, 4, 5 cameras together to say, if people are coming from different directions, I would like to know how many are inside the room. And if they're leaving, of course, it is counting them out. And all of this information is then stored within the database, and you can create statistical information, long-term statistics. It's not based on video footage. It is, you could say, I would like to have this information for 1 year or 2 years, if you like, and the video footage is actually only stored for 5 days or 7 days. So this is within the 5.4, the new people counting. We've made a few adjustments, a few improvements on our people counting module, which now also then works with 6000 series camera.